So if you or someone you know have been charged with a crime and you're wondering whether or not you should go to trial, well, as a criminal defense attorney, that's a question I get all the time. Well, I'd like to tell you my thoughts on what you need to know on deciding whether or not to go to trial in criminal court. Hi, my name is Daniel M. Rosenberg. I'm a criminal defense attorney and the founding partner of Rosenberg, Perry & Associates. It is also my goal and passion to provide information and education about the criminal justice system before individuals become involved and entrenched in the system. So in deciding whether or not to go to trial, there are certain things you absolutely need to consider. The first of which is, what is your risk tolerance? You need to balance the risk of trial versus the reward of trial. If you go to trial and you win, that's the reward. If you lose, that's the risk. Are you willing to accept the risk if you lose? You may be innocent, but judges and juries get this wrong all the time. So ultimately, are you willing to risk whatever the ultimate consequence may be? Specifically, is the offer that they're extending you incentivizing you to go to trial or to accept the offer? Let me break that down a little bit. If you went to trial and lost, are you getting the same thing that they're offering? If that's the case, they're not offering you anything worth taking. There's a risk in going to trial not only for you, but also for the state. And they need to factor that risk into the plea offer that they extend to you. So if you're exposed between 3 and 5 years in state prison if convicted, and they're offering you probation, they're incentivizing you to accept the plea. That's when we start talking about the benefits of the plea and your risk tolerance. Another thing you need to consider is whether or not there's any diversionary programs that are available to you. In New Jersey, there's 3 forms of diversionary programs: pretrial intervention, a conditional dismissal, and a conditional discharge. The next thing you need to consider is who is going to be the finder of fact. Meaning, is this going to be a jury trial or is this going to be a bench trial? A bench trial means that you're arguing to a judge, and that judge decides whether or not you are guilty or innocent. A jury trial means that you are arguing to 12 individuals, and they will decide whether you are guilty or innocent. Strategies for bench trials versus jury trials are significantly different. So you need to consider, if it's a bench trial, what judge are you in front of? What are their leanings? Do you think that they're more likely to rule in your favor or not? What are the facts of your case? When you're talking about a jury trial, what county are you in? What's the jury pool like? Do you think that your case has jury appeal? All of these are things that you need to consider when deciding whether or not you want to proceed and ultimately go to trial. Now that you know what to consider, let's talk about some practical situations that we can apply this to. I had a client in the past who was a doctor, and he was accused of keying his estranged wife's boyfriend's car, and his wife and the boyfriend were at a restaurant. Our client was at the same restaurant, and the boyfriend's car got keyed. Our client did not do it, but he was charged with it, and it was not a good look, and he was very concerned that if he went to trial, he'd be found guilty even though he didn't do anything wrong. There was a diversionary program available to him, pretrial intervention. He entered the program, never provided an admission, all the charges were dismissed. In his case, that was the best case scenario for him. But it's absolutely critical for each client to go through this analysis with their attorney to figure out what's the best path for them. So if you, a friend or family member, has been charged with a crime, we can help. Please contact our office. We'll set up the time we need to discuss your case and explain all of your options. And if you like what you've seen in this video, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if there's another topic you'd like to learn about, please leave a comment below or contact our office. I'd love to hear about it. We are criminal trial attorneys. We have your back. That's what we do.